And good luck, everybody. Waffleboard breaks time. These are my most fun boxes. The last two before the reload goes in, which is the best possible odds for you guys. So Tuesday and Thursday is exciting. Obviously, only 24 spots to fill today. They pretty much filled up almost completely in 5 minutes. We only had a couple left, and then Carl swooped in and closed us. Like I said, 23 boxes on Thursday, and then we're ready for the reload. Those spots are live on eBay right now, so you guys get your bids in early. Make sure you browse the Facebook page for any pictures. Of course, I will post a video at the end of the week, the boxing up video. As always, so you see the jerseys in the bags. Couple special notes and stuff. Make sure you guys are aware of. Believe the Josh Morrissey was acquired, if not directly, but I got it. It's from the Hockey Players Association, which includes a letter with that. So that's real cool. Every once in a while, I get one directly from teams, whether it's for charity events or season ticket gift bags. But it's I haven't come across one from the Player Association, which is really cool. Obviously, Josh Morrissey's one of the most talented defensemen in the league. Obviously, the President's Trophy winning Jets, who of course are out like every other President's Trophy team over like the last decade. But so congrats. So that's a pretty cool one. Very nice auto on a beautiful Adidas Winnipeg Jets. The other noted I wanted to mention the Rob Blake All-Star Game jersey from Minnesota. That's the 2004. That does not have a COA, but it's just such a beautiful SIG. It's 1,000% Rob Blake's because I have a Rob Blake Canada jersey in my PC, and that's just absolutely beautiful. Plus, it's the All-Star Game jerseys with the team patches on them, and it's got a Colorado Avalanche patch on the sleeve, and that's an absolute. Of course, the All-Star patch is on the other sleeve, so I don't want that to go by the wayside. I want you guys to have a chance at that. I'm sure you could either submit it for verification, or if you wanted to bring it to a show where they have a stand, but I'm sure that would get like 100% get verified, because I would, I swear by it, and I would hope you guys would, trust my decision making at this point in time. Like I said, I would say almost 99% of everything has COAs or some backup, paperwork for Providence. So like I said, I don't like to give away anything to you guys to chase and bid on if it's not something that I'm 100% on. And that's an absolute beautiful SIG of Blake's. Like I said, I have some cards his signed as well as the jersey, my PC, and that's just a pretty version of it. Plus, it's on the All-Star Game jersey from Minnesota with that green color from the Wild. So it was right when they got there, I think, not long after they got there. And it's got the Avs patch on the sleeve. So that's pretty cool. Everything else is pretty normal. There's a couple, repeats for us guys that are back in that just are great jerseys. You guys have a chance to chase. Of course, the Eddie Shack, the Gonchar Caps jersey is fantastic. What else? Oh, the Vladimir Tarasenko. Like, some of these jerseys are straight out of my PC. Tarasenko, of course, the St. Louis Blues. His auto was impossible for quite some time. Obviously, he's now bounced around a little bit at the end of his career, but Tarasenko is a fantastic Blues jersey, Adidas. Owen Nolan is a Quebec Nordiques Fanatics vintage. I painfully decided to part with that. I don't have any other Nolans in my PC, but that was definitely something that I hem and hawed about, and I decided you guys are the recipients of me deciding to be being strict with my PC levels. So thank you guys for be chasing that. I'm sure Owen Nolan's a fantastic first overall pick of the Nords. Obviously, he spent some time elsewhere, obviously in the Sharks, but that's an absolute beautiful. Nice SIG on the Fanatics vintage Quebec Nordiques, which you don't see tons of anyway. The Max Pack Montreal Canadiens doesn't have the C because I think he was obviously the first American captain, I think, in the Canadiens history. So that's pretty cool. It's good to grab that. He's obviously playing. He was playing great for Toronto in the playoffs. I'm not sure if he's on the road for him. Obviously, I think he's 36, so I'm not sure if he'll get a 1-year deal or a 2-year deal someplace. But he may. I don't think he's ready to step away because he definitely had some fire in him in the playoffs, even though the Maple Leafs were sent home packing. Obviously the game tonight. What do you think? Anything else in the game? Nicholas Lidstrom, absolutely beautiful. That was right out of my PC. I picked up a Dylan Larkin, so 2 nice Red Wings going in. Patrick Kane I picked up. That's not for my PC. The Zegras I picked up late. That's a really great. It's a Fanatics, but it is the Reverse Retro 2.0, the style with the web-footed duck on the front, which is pretty cool. Like I said, the Disney duck logo that they used, their second variation of the Reverse Retro, which is pretty cool. So yeah, I'm sure you guys love the reload stuff. Definitely send me some comments or likes on the pages if you're appreciative of the stuff going in. So it's going to be fun seeing where the love goes on Sunday. But like I said, we just have 24 right now, 23 on Thursday, and then we're down to 22. It looks like 16 when I got in. I have a couple on the way to me, 1 or 2 that I know we're not getting here. So they're definitely going to be in the next reload. I expect them to come probably maybe even after the weekend. So I don't want to risk it, but everything else is here. All 16 jerseys are here in the box, and I'll be doing the preview either Friday afternoon or Saturday. We'll see how that goes. Like I said, the game tonight is we're seeing how good this Panthers team is. See, they're mad they even have to go on the road in the series, and they went up to as a defending champion walking into Carolina, and kind of right now kind of putting it on them. But I said 3-1. The game's not over, but I have no doubts in my mind that Carolina might represent the East because I love Florida. I think I love Carolina's team. I think they play great in their system, but I think right now everything's starting to click on this Panthers team, and I would not be surprised to see them represent the East. But obviously this game is far from over. Carolina's got to get a goal back to get. They're down by 2 now in the second. They definitely got to make it close. If they can make it a 1-goal game, obviously they have a little momentum going to try to tie it up at home, which is good. But you get down to 4-1. It's almost time. They're not even giving up tons of shots. I think Florida had 14 or something over to like 11 or 12 for the shots. So they're both good defensive teams, but obviously Florida right now is starting to click a little bit all around. Obviously that the 2 Finns and Marchand line, it's been fantastic. Obviously their top end guys are in fine form. Their power play is going to be tough to shut down, but obviously Carolina has got that kind of team, if they can play in their system as much as they want, they can make that series go long. Like I said, more hockey is always better hockey, but these premier teams tend to shake it off and brush off these pretenders quickly. But we'll see how long it goes. Obviously they were up 3-0 against Edmonton last year in the finals, and it became a game 7 for McJesus and Gerard to win a cup in Florida. Florida, after having lost the year before, they had that bitter taste, and they came back and they said, we're going to take game 7. So, obviously it was a close game. Obviously 1-0 with the Reinhart goal, semi-late. And it was, that's what you got to do. That's what you hope for, game 7, where it takes 1 goal to win it late. And obviously one of their best scorers, Reinhart, is born again in Florida after starting in Buffalo. But like I said, we'll see what comes out tonight. Just 1 box. I appreciate everybody that got involved today. Think how many people we got. Like I said, only 24 spots, so it's not a lot to go around. I think we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Still had like 10, 11, maybe a dozen is. I think it was a pretty good crowd. Like I said, I think we got 11 or 12, which is tough with 24, but it's you guys, I think, a couple people with multiple spots, but nobody's got tons. So it's pretty wide open to see who wins tonight, who hits, whether it's going to be a New Jersey, like I said, or we've hit for the last 2 reloads recently, but that's where the bulk of them are. We have the 2 from last year, and then 3 from February, 2 from March, and then we have 7 and 10 from the last 2 reloads. So, the odds are number popping up. Obviously, we're all at the victim of the randomizer that will decide who hits. Like I said, same thing on Thursday, but we're getting down to 1 in 24 and 1 in 23 box odds is pretty much as good as you're going to get. Like for one spot, like I said, if you have 2-3 spots, I mean, obviously your odds increase. Obviously, you have 3 balls in the hopper, whatever comes up, 4 balls in the hopper. Carl closed this, grab the last 4 spots, and he has 4 of the 24, which is, I mean, you're feeling pretty lucky if that's the case. 1 in 6, like I said, can't beat 1 in 6 odd for fully licensed jerseys from with nice COAs. And some of, like I said, some of these are still right for my PC. So, like I said, we'll come up. I said, I appreciate everybody for getting in, grabbing tonight's. Look forward to seeing it on Thursday as before we get into the reload. I still have lots of work to do. Boxes are built. I did the reload video. The spots are live on eBay. So everything's kind of moving along pretty smoothly. I figured out I have enough boxes to go another reload without having to order a batch, but they come in like pallets of 50 for me. So everything else is pretty good. I'm good on tape, good on whiteout where needed, good on Sharpies. Everything's moving along smooth. Playoffs are roaring along. We're down to our final 4 teams, and we'll see how that goes. Let me see. We're looking still 3-1. Still, what do we got? 6 minutes left in the second. And like I said, it's not over for Carolina, but I mean, they definitely the goal. They definitely got to make it a 1-goal game. Florida can play in that system. They can play 1-goal games. You know, I mean, it's not like they don't have a history of performing in those situations. So it's Carolina just hasn't had that. You know, in recent years, they can't get over that last hump to get into the finals. But they're definitely deserving. So I'm not going to begrudge Carolina for being where they are because they're there. The Bolts aren't there. Carolina is. Obviously, Toronto is not. You know, the heavies, Washington, during the Ovechkin Magic year is not. Like I said, Carolina has done what they need to do to get right where they are. And they're getting contributions from all their important people. Obviously, Aho scored tonight, I think. And obviously, Svechnikov is, I think, second in the playoffs in scoring and goal scoring behind Rantanen. So Svechnikov they're important. You know, obviously, I would like to see a little more scoring from their defense, but it's not needed if they're clicking. They're not a huge scoring team anyway, but obviously Burns is towards the end of his career, and Slavin gives you everything. He's an all-around, almost perfect NHL defenseman. You know, Ghost has had an amazing year, lots of goals for him. But we'll see. Like I said, I don't know if Carolina is good enough to beat Florida in a 7-game series. They're definitely good enough to beat them on any given night. Like I said, I don't think they're going to get blown out in this series, but I'm not sure if they can beat Florida 4 out of 7 games. And if they drop the first one at home, that means you got to win 4 out of 6 games, and against this team that's no easy task. So we'll see how that goes. But like I said, I'm excited. I said getting down to the last 2 boxes for the reload is like Christmas. For me, I'm happy forever hits. Obviously, I feel sorry for everybody that does not, but it's exciting to hit when you're down to these odds. Obviously, some people do better when the odds are high and the spots are cheaper. But when the spots are higher, you definitely feel more rewarding when you manage to notch a hit in those last couple boxes. But like I said, we were Ranger heavy on Sunday. We hit both the Fox and the Richter. So it was 2 nice Rangers that came out on Sunday. We still have some Rangers left, and they're relatively cheaper across the spot prices. But same spot prices again for Thursday, just so you guys would know. Always remember, I will delete whatever hits tonight, as I also take it off eBay, and then of course I will repost the spot price preview just so you see them again. But like I said, we're down to 23 for Thursday, but just 1 box tonight. So let's get going. Let me make sure I haven't redone the video since I had some droppage on my video stream on Sunday, and I hope that does not happen again. So let me get up on my phone so I have it. There was I don't have any shorts or anything in the wires, and nothing came unplugged. I think I said it's frustrating when it happens because then you got to restart the whole thing. But let me double see. Let me have my stream live here so I can go. And so let me see. Let me get my dice roll with numbers. See if I can move my camera without any kind of droppage or anything. Let me see here. Okay, that seemed to work. That's nice and smooth. I kind of loosened up the joints, but that shouldn't affect your video droppage. But here we are. Of course, we're going to go 5 or more on the dice roll. All the boxes are here. 24 boxes represented. 60 and 3, of course, our last 2 from last year. I think they were in November and December. I think they were 2 different runs. Of course, we have the 3 January's gone. That was what we had the other day. That was the January boxes gone. Then, of course, we have the 3 from February. Then the 2 from March. And then 7 from April's are still left, and 10 from the technically May reload. Even though this is the May reload on Sunday, it's going to be the June reload. Obviously, it's the very end of May, but it's the June reload. So here we go. And the new reload will start at 94 because 92 and 93 are hits. I don't want to reuse those numbers. I want to keep it going. I've never reused, even if it's something hits at the end of a run. So let's do it. 5 or more, of course, on our dice roll. Good luck, everybody. It's exciting. Let's see what we got. 7. Of course, that's the most common dice roll is 7. So 7 it is. So good luck, everybody. Let's see what we got. 1. Let me see. 24 boxes. A 2. A 3. A 4. Come on, Mr. Owl. A 5. A 6, and the box we're going to hit tonight's 24 boxes is going to be box number 88. 88 it is. 7 times box 88, and that is also in the last reload. 7 times box 88. Digging into that reload. There we go. Let's see. Let's get this back over without there being any problems. It did work. There we go. So no droppage. No droppage. 80 it is. Okay. Let me back it out on my end. So just have it gone so it's not there on Thursday. 88. Okay. Dice roll back. Live streaming. 88 it is. 88, of course, has the sticker on it. Seems to always be the case. Let me give the list up here. Oh, okay. Like I said, we got some good stuff still in this run. Richter and Fox are 2 nice jerseys, but still have now 9 boxes left from the reload. It is. Okay. Okay, where's my knife? Look, everybody. 88. 88. BB, actually 88 it is. What up, Sonic? Sonic, you have spots in this run? Yes, you do have a spot. So you are live. So here we go. We have 10 boxes. So everybody that's in this run has a 1 in 10 chance, of course. 88 is where we are. Let me see. Is everybody else? Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think 6 or 7 definitely are live. So here we go. Yeah, quiet chat, quiet chat. Everybody's watching the game. What up, Ty? Ty's he's live as well. So you guys, both of you are live, as well as a bunch of other guys. So it's here we go. Let's get going. And we'll get back to watching the game. Game 1 of the playoffs. What is it? What's the score? Does anybody give me the score? We're looking still 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. Just a couple minutes left. So that's about it. So we get to watching the third after we get done here as I'm wrapping up everything. So not many work to do for the reload. Everything is ready to go on Thursday. I just have to reset the entries. Stop the eBay listing and reposts. So here we go. Box 88. Good luck, everybody. Let's see what we got. Woo! This is a beaut. This is a beaut. Here it is. Colorado Avalanche. Matt Duchene. Reebok. There it is, Matty Duchene. Loved the 9s in that era where he started, where he was drafted. Very, very nice. Let's get our COA. Actually, us the Frameworth COA. Matt Duchene. There we go. Very, very nice. Of course, Matt Duchene is still active, chasing for a cup with the Dallas Stars. There we go. Matt Duchene. Oh, love this one. Such a beaut. Actually have one in my PC. So there we go. Like I'm a Duchene fan from the beginning, following him around his career, but very, very nice. Look at that. Stitched right onto the jersey for the Reeboks with the 9. Love that era of the 9. Very, very nice. C's. Colorado C's on the sleeves. Such a beaut. There it is. The legendary Avalanche logo. Reebok, of course. Avalanche. What size are we? I don't even know. XL. They give me everything between mediums and XLs with the Reeboks. The Reeboks always seem to be small. So I don't expect most of you guys to be wearing these, but there we go. Very, very nice. Matt Duchene. And that, I think, was he celebrating? Was that Ty? I think it might have been Ty. Let me see. That's been a couple people. But yes, congratulations, Ty. Very, very nice. You're on a bit of a heater as well. Congratulations to you. I know there's always been a couple people who've been on semi-heaters, and definitely Ty's on a bit of one. I said, they don't have any. Like, do I have any? I don't think I have anything upstairs that has to go out. Let me see. No, I do not. Nothing yet. But this will now go out probably Friday or Saturday. So congratulations on that. Very, very nice. Matt Duchene, Reebok, Colorado Avalanche. Congratulations. Sorry for everybody that did not hit. But obviously your odds are ever in your favor. Our odds are now looking at 1 in 23 on Thursday. So last chance to hit before the boxes get bumped up. And of course, the spot prices will come way down. You guys know the drill. Nothing over 10 on that first Tuesday and Thursday next week. So that's just been my personal rule. I mean, unless I have something absurdly, off the charts expensive, but that's always been our rule going in. So it'd be nice cheap boxes for you guys. We'll be at 36, of course, for that first Tuesday and Thursday, 36 and 35. Obviously 38 for this Sunday, but 36 and 35 next Tuesday and Thursday. But congratulations, Ty. Very, very nice. Not in there real long. I knew it'd have some fans. Obviously, we do always have some ass fans in the room, and that's an absolute beautiful Matt Duchene that comes out. So congratulations to you. I know you got some Avs life in your very, very nice. So there you go. So congratulations to you again. Sorry for everybody else, but we are now at 23 boxes. So Thursday should be extra fun. Last box before the reload. Cannot wait to see what comes out. Like I said, there's stuff that's been there forever, and we'll see if it's something new. Like I said, we've been feasting on the reload. Obviously, 3 straight now from the reload. I don't remember what hit last Thursday, but we had, I think, over a dozen. We're now down to 9 from that reload. The reload before is only have 7, so we worked away more of this reload than the past reload. If you look at the number of boxes that we've had chances at. So, well, congratulations to Ty, and I'm looking forward to you guys. Enjoy the third period. Obviously, yeah, we're down to 3-1 after 2. Carolina's not that kind of team that has to come back from down 3, but they are at home. So, last change, you get 1. There you go. Yeah, see, congratulations, Ty. Building up the Avs PC. Like I said, I don't have any Avs going in, I believe, right? Nothing going in. So it's always tough. You guys love the Avs when I get them in there. So I'm always hunting extra hard to find nice Avs stuff. And like I said, I was a Duchene fan when he got drafted there. So I don't mind grabbing that. I don't see him very often. Obviously, he's still performing quite well. Obviously, it's still in the playoffs. So we'll see if he has a chance to raise a cup this year. But congratulations on that. Love those 9s. Those arrows are so cool. So very, very nice. I'm a big fan of the Reebok. So it's, obviously a lot of the players are no longer playing in the Reebok era, but a lot of them still are. So those are the jerseys that I try to grab as much as I can. So there we go. So enjoy the third period tonight, guys. Thank you very much. I appreciate the supports. Looking forward to seeing everybody back here on Thursday. So, and then, of course, we have Well, I guess the second game will be on Thursday. Then the West Conference starts tomorrow. So enjoy the Stars and Oil game tomorrow night. I will be enjoying that as well. And we'll be back here on Thursday night. So take care, guys. Thank you very much. Waffle Board Breaks is out.